What's up, people? What's up, guys? Guys and gals. I have a cat on my lap. What's up, Shug Nasty? I have a cat on my lap. We were literally just on the couch watching anime together, and now she has to be on my lap on the chair. Typical. Alright, no. You can't go up there. No. Come on. No. Ah. What's up, Crawdad? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing good today. Not a whole lot going on in Pokemon World. Maybe there is a lot going on, I just don't know about it. What was I watching? I am currently watching through Black Clover. I'm on like episode 100 or 102 or something like that. I think I'm getting caught up. I don't know. I don't know how many episodes there are, but I'm catching up on that one. Pretty good so far. Pretty good. Decent. Pretty typical shonen style. Shonen? Is that right? Style anime. Not too bad. Let's talk a few things Pokemon before I show you guys the binders that I'm going to be pricing tonight. Actually, tonight, so the things that I have to do tonight, I have to price a binder, which, not the whole binder, just the, shoot. Why do I always, I feel like the set names are getting worse and worse. I can never remember them. Pricing the Obsidian Flames binder, or at least the Obsidian Flames cards in the binder. We'll be pricing those. There's not a whole ton of them. There's probably like 50 to 60 cards or something. It won't take that long because there's a lot of doubles. And then I wanted to make sure I priced it as close to the event as possible. I could have priced them last weekend, but obviously prices move and fluctuate and everything, and I wanted to make sure that I was being as accurate as I could be. So we're going to be pricing them based on today's prices, and hopefully they won't change too heavily tomorrow going into Saturday, because the event is Saturday. So I'm going to try and be as accurate with prices as possible. We'll see how that goes. And then after that, probably sort through some slabs and figure out what I want to bring and what I want to leave here. Because I realized that in my cases, I probably only have like space for like 100 slabs. And I probably have like between 200 and 300 slabs for sale. So I need to figure out, what am I bringing? What am I leaving here? What am I going to bring as like, back stock that I can like fill in as stuff sells? Stuff like that. So we'll try and be all picky and choosy and see what I want to bring and what I don't. But yeah, I feel like what have been the main things that people have been talking about this week? I guess recently they're the modern like lunchbox tins things that have broken hits in terms of not Lost Origin. What is that set? What is that other set? Tempest. Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest packs apparently in some of the newly released lunchbox tins are broken, so like you'll get a hit in every pack. I mean, I guess that was just an error in printing or filling those particular boxes. One thing I will say, and this is like a super big nitpick, and I know it's one. You ever have those things that are like really small things, but for some reason they get under your skin like a lot? Like they're so insignificant that they shouldn't make you mad, but for some reason it's like, oh my god, would he just stop saying that? I have one of those things, and it's whenever Pokerev calls an English pack a god pack. Oh, it bothers the living shit out of me. I don't know why, but it just gets under my skin, because it's like we have actual god packs. There are actual god packs in Pokemon cards. Why are you calling English packs that aren't god packs? It doesn't make any sense. It just like it. Call them something else. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why, but it bothers the hell out of me. So, what's up, Oni Life? How's it going? But yeah, apparently, I don't know if you can identify which boxes will have the error and which ones won't. Like, I don't think you can probably just go to Target, grab a box, and all of a sudden have a bunch of Silver Tempest hits. I don't know if there's like a serial number or some sort of like range of serial numbers or something that people could like suss out, figure out which ones are the ones that are broken versus the ones that aren't broken. I don't even know if that's possible, but apparently that's a thing. Let's see what else. I was in a PokeRev video. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see my appearance in a PokeRev video? I was literally in a PokeRev video, and it was his worst performing video of the last like year and a half probably. It was amazing. But yeah, I made an appearance in his video, which is pretty cool. I think I cracked like the top 7 or 8 best PSA returns of the month or something. I forget if there was a time period associated with it, but that was awesome. I got reacted to in a PokeRev video. He had no idea what Pokekune was. That was interesting. I always forget, like, PokeRev is like the biggest YouTuber in terms of Pokemon, but he has no idea about a lot of the Japanese stuff. Which is crazy to me that, like, the biggest person on YouTube in terms of Pokemon sometimes doesn't have all of the knowledge, you know? There's still, like, nooks and crannies of knowledge that person isn't going to know, and PokeRev is pretty not very knowledgeable on a lot of Japanese stuff, so there was that. That was really fun. I think somebody told me, I think it was Tennis Wolf, was like, hey, you were in a PokeRev video. I was like, what? I was? And then, yeah, that was cool. I was actually in a second reaction video. I forget what the guy's name is, though, but he reacted to the exact same thing. It was like a best PSA returns of the month or something like that. And, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if there's just like people in my audience who work for PokeRev, like editors or something that watch my stuff. That would be really cool. Or if people just look up like PSA returns and they watch like the top 10 videos and grab the most expensive hits out of each of them, that could be it. That could be like the lazy way of doing it. But that was cool. Will I do live stream during the conversation? What do you mean? Will you do live stream during the conversation? During the conversation? During the convention? Maybe that's what you're thinking? During the convention? I'm going to be selling the whole time, and I'm going to have 2 tables. So I'm not really going to have a whole lot of time. I'm going to record a bunch of stuff, like setup and what my booth's going to look like and everything and my plans for it. I'm going to make a video around it and then obviously show the aftermath, how much I made, stuff like that. But I probably won't be able to live stream while I'm there. Probably mostly for like internet connectivity, but I'm going to have 2 tables and a lot of stuff for sale. So I'm going to want to be, you know, active selling and stuff like that. So probably not the best idea, but maybe for Collecticon. Might have to figure out a way to stream at Collecticon one night. That'd be cool. Have like a stream that maybe stream in like the hotel lobby, and people can just like hop on stream and chat if they want, or just hang out with you guys for like an hour in the hotel lobby while stuff's going on. Could do that, but again, it comes down to like what's my connection gonna be like, stuff like that. But that would be cool. The local show I'm going by myself. Actually, my mom is going to be helping me at the booth. I've somehow convinced my mother to help me with the extra table at the booth. So she's probably going to be selling a lot of the binder cards, and I'm going to be selling a lot of the slabs. At Collecticon, there's going to be a ton of people at Charlotte Collecticon. So I'm actually rooming with Pikachu, if you know who that is, and then there's going to be loads of people at the hotel, at the Marriott down the street, and then at the convention, there's a ton of people going. So, I mean, yeah, Charlotte's just going to be insane. There's going to be loads of people there, so that's going to be really fun. Because I live near Charlotte. I'm only like 2 hours away from Charlotte, so it's really easy for me to just drive there. So it should be a really good time. I'm also vending there as well, so I'm hoping that Saturday goes really well, so that Sunday I can just kind of like chill. Mother and son team up. Yeah, exactly. I think she likes doing it. She likes hanging out. So it should be good. Actually, It's a little bit of favoritism, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain, okay? I rent the booth at the Comic-Con, or the comic shop, and the comic shop owner is the guy who puts on the Comic-Con. And last year when I did the Comic-Con, I think he said there was like 1,500 people that walked through. 1,000 people, 1,500 people, somewhere in there. Some sort of like, somewhere in there. Like an average of like 1,000 to 1,500 people. Which is kind of a lot for like a small little local Comic-Con. And this year, so last year I was at the back corner. So like the door was at the, here's the door, and I'm like way back here by like the loading dock. I was actually kind of close to the stage, so when they do like a costume contest, and that was like right next to me. So when they were doing the costume contest, you literally couldn't sell anything because the audience was standing at like in front of your booth, so nobody could like come up and buy stuff. It was fun to watch the contest up close, but at the same time it kind of sucked because you couldn't sell anything during that time. But this time, because I'm renting that booth from him, I feel like he kind of hooked me up. Because he's literally putting me at the front door. Like there's one booth in front of me, and then I'm the second booth, and then he's the third booth. So like I'm right at the front door. So I'm gonna be one of the first booths that people are gonna see as they walk in. So that's pretty awesome. That should help a lot, hopefully, with sales and stuff. So yeah, that'll be cool. But yeah, let's see what else. I was in a PokeRev video. I set up for the con, doing a video. Charlotte Collecticon's only less than a month away. That's insane. My birthday is like 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, something like that, in September. That's cool. Lots of stuff going on. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I have way too much shit to do. The whole Blake's Breaks thing, I haven't been paying attention to that. I know Rattle has like a 25 episode series on it. I don't typically watch Rattle stuff, but it seems like that guy's just kind of a scumbag. But I will say that, like, and this probably isn't fair of me, but I feel like Whatnot has garnered itself a bit of a reputation at this point. I feel like it's difficult for me to think highly of you if you are a seller on Whatnot. I'm sorry, like, I know that's a massive generalization, but all the bad shit happening right now is happening on Whatnot. Like, the live auction platforms are where, like, the bulk of the nastiest shit is happening right now, and that happens to be Whatnot, and that really sucks for people who are, like, legitimate Whatnot sellers. It really sucks for them because, you know, they're trying to do well on a platform that's basically incentivizing you to be a dickhead. Because I actually went through the Whatnot, like, initiation meeting or whatever, like, way, you know, a year and a half ago or a year ago. I signed up for Whatnot. They accepted me. I was in a group call with like 50 other retailers and just initiating us into the app or whatever. And during that meeting, a large portion of the meeting was about all the different games that you should do to try and up your sales. Like, it literally was. That was like 50% of the meeting is, if you don't do these, you'll probably sell at a loss. So try and be creative and create all these different gambling and games and all this stuff to up your sales. That's literally all that it was. So it's like, it's not even just that these people joining Whatnot are assholes. They're actually doing what Whatnot is kind of incentivizing you to do. Like, hey, do you want to sell more? Think creatively about how to, you know, up your sales. All these different games, the spins, the duck races or whatever, all that shit. It's like, that stuff is stuff that they actually talk about in that initial meeting. Now, that was a year and a half ago. I don't know if they still talk about that now, but they did when I was, you know, onboarded onto the platform. I only did 2 streams on Whatnot, and then I was out. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely a big point of conversation during that onboarding meeting. So it doesn't surprise me that it's come to this. But yeah, it wasn't because he's a Packer. I wasn't gonna say it, but I was thinking it. No, I wasn't gonna say it, but I was definitely thinking it, Taco. No, so yeah, the whole Whatnot thing, I don't know. I mean, it does bring up the question of like, no, that's too philosophical for a conversation right now. That's too philosophical. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I haven't ever bought anything off of Whatnot. Probably won't. It sucks because I feel like if eBay Live continues to expand, I feel like it's going to end up being like this too, which hopefully eBay Live sees Whatnot, sees all the problems and says, we're not doing that. Like, no extra incentivized gambling. You're just selling product and that's it. But it seems like it's already happening as far as I can tell with like, from what Dan has said and stuff. It seems like those games and those, wheel spins and shit is already happening on eBay Live. So I don't know. I know that you can get some deals on eBay Live and whatnot, but it just seems like you're just gonna end up overpaying for shit that you can find way cheaper elsewhere online. So I'm not too incentivized to go on Whatnot or eBay Live, honestly. The fact that I can't watch eBay Live on desktop is shit. I don't like that. I like to watch things while I'm working. I like to watch things on desktop. So, like, I can't watch old school Pokemon on eBay Live because I can't watch it on desktop. It's only on the phone. That is idiotic. I don't know who came up with that idea, why you can't watch it on desktop, but it's a terrible decision that they need to fix immediately because I want to watch old school cell packs on desktop. I'm not going to buy into it, but I want to watch it because I like watching, rip and chips and stuff. I think they're fun to watch, but definitely don't want to do that on my phone. I don't watch anything on my phone. I think that's a horrible way to watch just about anything. Where are those Fire Red Leaf Cream packs? So I have to use both of these cases for Saturday. So I emptied out the cases. I am bringing an art set of each, the Team Rocket Returns and Fire Red Leaf Green, just to see how they do, if they sell at all. They might at least generate some interest. I'm not really assuming that any high ticket item is going to sell, but hopefully it'll at least be like, people will come up and be like, oh my god, that's a $700 pack, or oh my god, that's a $6,000 card. Holy crap, I didn't even know Pokemon had $6,000 cards, stuff like that. So I had a $600 card in my case last year when I did this, and they were like, oh my god, that card is $600? What's the most expensive Pokemon card? And then I'm like, probably like $1 million. They're like, what? There's a card worth $1 million? It's like, yeah. Yeah, there is. People have a lot of money, and I guess they don't know what to do with it. But that is always the question that I get. The first question is, they still make Pokemon cards? And then the second question is, what's the most expensive one? That's exactly what happens every time I'm in the comic shop and like a dad comes in with the kid. The dad will be like, they still make Pokemon cards? What's the most expensive one? Like, don't worry, you don't have it in your closet. But it is funny. It's like a script at this point. It's exactly how it goes. What else? Anything else that's interesting? No, I don't think so. I think ooh, my recent video started out one of the worst performing videos that I've ever put on my channel. And guess where it is now? It climbed its way from the depths of the lowest number 10 out of 10, and it is now number 9 out of 10. Let's go. I don't know what happened with the YouTube algorithm, but it made it to 9 out of 10. Let's go. Honestly, I am so like, I was thinking about this today and I was like, god damn. Like, I don't compare myself to other YouTubers, but I compare myself to myself. And I'm like, last year this time, if a video got 100 views, I was like, woohoo, let's throw a party, baby. If a video got 100 views. And now I'm like, my 9 out of 10 is like 350 views. That's pretty insane. Like, the YouTube is growing pretty well. And I'm really happy about that. And I really appreciate, all you guys that watch me and support my videos and stuff. You know, I like making them. It's just a nice hobby for me. But the fact that it's growing like it is, you know, I really appreciate you guys supporting it. So that's awesome. Have you ever tried making casual decks out of your bulk for kids? Casual decks? No, I haven't. I have all of the bulk available. So all of the bulk is for sale for them to create a deck if they want. And it's pretty cheap. It's like 25 cents a card. So they could probably create a pretty casual deck for like, I don't even know how many decks are in a Pokemon deck, but like probably not super expensive. But no, I haven't, that would take a lot of time to do. And I would have to know like what the decks are and stuff. It would be a lot of like knowledge that I don't have. I'd have to learn it. Then I'd have to, you know, comb through all of my bulk to, you know, do that. So, but yeah, all of the bulk is available. I have a 5-row there of like all the newest bulk, and they can go through and pick out whatever cards they want. 25 cents a card basically, and then yeah, $15 a deck. I don't think that's so bad. Probably find it cheaper online than 25 cents a card, but I feel like it's pretty decent. All right, let's get into. Okay, this is my look at these Pidgeots. If only they were Charizards. If only I could turn these Pidgeots into Charizards. So we opened 10 booster boxes of this set, including 4 Pokemon Center ETBs on top of that. And so I have a bunch of cards to price. And I also have this Charizard to price. Unfortunately, all of the good cards, like the 2 gold cards up here, this card here, these 2 are actually fairly clean. But yeah, damaged, unfortunately. This one has roller lines on the back. One of the gold cards has a lot of whitening, and the other one also has roller lines on the back. So really unfortunate outcome of opening English Modern, but that just seems to be how it is nowadays. I don't know why it sucks. I don't know why they're not putting more of an emphasis on quality control, but it actually does suck. It actually makes me wonder. I pre-ordered my Pokemon Center ETBs for Paradox Rift today from the Pokemon Center, and I don't know how many cases I want to get of this set. Usually I do 2 cases of like big sets, like interesting sets that I want to open a lot from, but I don't think so. I think I'm probably just gonna do maybe 1 case of Paradox Rift, and then maybe buy a bunch of like the shiny set that's supposed to be coming out. I don't know when that's gonna come out, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna slap 95 on the Charizard, and we'll just see how it goes. We will see how it goes. That's about what the TCG player is at right now. You can get it for like 93 with $5 shipping, so we'll just do 95. I mean, because otherwise it's mint. It just has those roller lines on the back. So, God, it is a really nice looking card, though. It looks even better in person. All right, move that over there. That's probably gonna go in the case or something. All right, we have 2 of the gold Charizards right now on TCG player. The gold Charizard is, let's go near mint. It's about 40 bucks is the lowest listed one on TCG player. So we'll go 40 a piece on the gold Zards. 40 and 40. Well, how you doing today, Taco? What's going on? I did see that, I think preseason started, right? I believe. I think we lost to the Seahawks. I don't really care that much about preseason, but yeah, I have no idea how my team is going to do this year. No idea how the Vikings will do this year. I haven't really been paying attention to their offseason stuff. The Packers, obviously, big shake up, obviously, with the new quarterback situation. I hope that goes well for you guys. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, next we have the Charizard EX Full Art. TCG player has this. Where are we at? Right about 30 bucks a piece. It's a little lower than lowest listed. So we'll do 30. Do you, though? If there's one team out there that I actively cheer against, it is the Packers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a part of being, you know, it's a part of the rivalry, you know? What are all these Packer fans doing here? This is not a Packer fan friendly stream. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Scott? How's it going? We only had 2 Hall of Fame caliber. Yeah, in a row for the last like 40 years, Taco, okay? 40 years, all right? I've never seen the Packers have a rough season. Maybe the last season. But like, come on. Like, can the Packers ride the bottom of the NFC for like a decade? They're due for it, right? I mean, it would suck for you guys because you guys are Packer fans, but like, can they ride the bottom of the NFC for at least a couple years? That would be, you know, I'll take it. All right, we've got the Rev of Room EX. I do not understand how the Ice Cube is more expensive than the Rev of Room. It must be playability? Because, like, Rev of Room is way cooler Pokemon than Ice Cube. Get out of here. And this card looks amazing compared to the Ice Cube, which looks like ass. The card looks terrible. It's ugly. But, yeah. These are all, well, about $4? About $4. We'll do $4. $4. How is this $4? People really like these new Pokemon, don't they, guys? They like them so much. People are big fans of Revavroom. I actually think Revavroom is one of the more creatively designed new Pokemon. But like, people don't care about these generations. I'm sorry. Like, even kids. I feel like even kids, if you showed a kid this Charizard or this Revavroom, which one do you think they're going to choose? 9 times out of 10. Maybe even 10 times out of 10. And I'm not even exaggerating, okay? I'm not exaggerating. They will literally choose the Charizard. Probably 10 times out of 10. Because Charizard's cool. Charizard's the bomb. Alright, we're going to try and sell some of these Pidgeots. What do we put it at? So lowest listed is $16.99 on TCG Player. So if I do $15, that's kind of a good deal. We'll do $15. We have 6 of them. I mean, we got to sell through 6 of them. Let's do 15 on them. That makes changing stuff easy if someone has like a 10 and a 5 or a 20. Do that. Why not? Ice Cube might be good next set versus something that Metal Terra weak to fire. I have no idea. I don't know any. Oh, Worlds. So I heard that a massive underdog thing happened at Worlds. That the winner of the Worlds tournament was like I don't know if it was his first big tournament, but he was fairly unproven, and he beat like a person who has like a crap load of appearances at different like tournaments and stuff, like a veteran of the tournament scene. And this guy was fairly new. That's pretty sick that there was a bit of an underdog story that happened. That's cool. I didn't realize that. I wasn't paying attention much to the actual like gameplay portion of it. Because I honestly have no freaking idea what I'm talking about when it comes to the actual game. Maybe that was for the video game. I don't know if that was for the cards or the video game, but it seemed like there was a bit of an upset at least one of the events. How do they do Pokemon Go? You make money on these mass openings? God, no. I don't think so. I haven't done the math, but God, no. I'm pretty sure. I mean, here's the thing. I think what happens is, so I sell the hits, and hopefully with the hits, I make like half the money back. And then I'm really grasping at straws to try and justify this. So here's the thing. So the bulk I can send to Safari Zone, which is nice, and I can typically fill a bulk. I think I about break even. That's what I'll say. I think I might lose a little bit. I about break even. But what's nice is it gets people coming into the store to look for the new stuff, and then they buy a bunch of the old Japanese stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. That I'm basically don't have like you know, I basically don't have a cost basis on those cards, so anything I sell from that is like bonus. So it attracts the people because they're like, ooh, new stuff. And then they look and they're like, ooh, does he have any old stuff? And then they see the old stuff, they see that it's priced well, and then they buy some of that too. So it kind of incentivizes them in to buy other things. And I think at the end of the day, I probably lose a little bit, but probably break even on like the modern stuff. One thing that really kills me though is that none of this shit is gradable. Like these new modern sets suck in terms of QC. So my initial thought was, I'm going to do these mass openings, I'm going to grade all the biggest hits, and then with the graded cards, I'll make the bulk of my money back, I'll sell the rest of it, sell bulk, and then I should, you know, come out maybe a little ahead. Absolutely not, because the condition of these cards is absolutely in the toilet. So I haven't graded any cards from the last 2 sets that I've done bulk openings for, which really sucks. And yeah, so that puts me in more of like a break-even situation, I think. It is what it is, but it's still fun. It's fun to do the opening. I get a live stream out of it. I get a I don't really get a video, but I want to start doing shorts, like short form stuff on like TikTok and YouTube and stuff. So those mass openings would be good for like, you know, that type of content as well. So it helps with the content stuff. I break even after a little bit of work, and I feel like it's, you know, it's fun. Opened a case of Obsidian Flames, nothing is gradable. What's up, Hoffmans? Yeah, same thing happened to me. All my best cards were damaged out of the pack. It sucked. It sucked. It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it does make me question whether or not I should keep doing this or not. But I mainly do it just to keep the store stocked that I rent out. That's the main reason. It's probably a bad reason, but it's the main reason. The amount of scuffing on the art rares. Yeah, I had, by scuffing, do you mean like roller lines? Because I had roller lines on my, my Charizard SIR and a gold card had like the roller line scuffs on them. It sucked. Because my Charizard SIR, like the centering is beautiful. Like it's really nice. And then the whitening on it, there's barely any whitening on it. Here, I'll show you. Look at the centering on that bad boy. It's like perfectly centered. And then there's like no whitening. It's gorgeous. Centering on the back's a little off. But then if you look up here, there's roller line scuffing all across the top of it. It sucks. So I didn't end up sending it for grading because, you know, because of that. Which is really unfortunate. I asked somebody today, because I was curious what their thoughts on it were, but I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on it are. Do you think that sets having bad quality out of packs, do you think in the long run that's better or worse for like holding sealed product of it? Like, do you think that it increases the chase because you're not only are you chasing for like that Charizard, but you're chasing for the clean Charizard. So like, it's even more of a gamble. Do you think that there's more of a gamble there, or do you think like nobody would want to open it because the quality is so bad that there's no way that even if they hit the biggest card that they would, that the EV is good? And for me, I look at it and say, I would never want to open a booster box of this for like $200 or $300 down the line, because I know that the quality of the cards coming out of it is going to suck. So there is no like opportunity, but I think for others, it might actually increase the gambling aspect of it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because I'm definitely not a gambler. Like, you'll probably never see me in a casino because I just think that's like the worst use of your money possible, and it's probably not that much fun at the end of the day. But like, yeah, I just don't get it. It's not for me, I guess. We'll just say that. Like, I would much rather have a set that has really good quality and really high chase. So, like, if, like, Evolving Skies, for instance. Evolving Skies, I think, was pretty good quality. Like, I think it's still, like, 80% PSA 10 on those Moonbreons. Evolving Skies, really hard chase, really high quality, right? On the actual cards coming out of the boxes. So, for me, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, I kind of understand that. I don't really understand it being as expensive as it is, but I understand like why people would want that particular set. Plus, I mean, just the Pokemon species and the cards actually in the set are awesome, so it has that going for it as well. Let's see, we got 2 of the SIR Gitas. Gita, $10 a piece. I'd go to the casino if they had Pokemon cards. You just gotta go to Japan then. Japan has all those claw machines, gacha machines, mystery card and pack machines. They got tons of stuff with Pokemon cards in it. That's all gambling based. Comparing SIR Dendra in English to Japanese price makes me like English. Oh yeah. Yeah. One thing that I've noticed, and it's very different from selling online, selling in store, because in store nobody gives a shit at all about full art trainers. Nobody. All of my full art trainers, no matter what they are, if they're Iono, if they're Dendra, if they're Gitas, if they're Poppies, if they're Ortegas, all of them will sit. Nobody will buy any of them because they don't care. They want the Pokemon. They don't want the trainers. It is way different from selling online. Like, the trainers will sit, the Pokemon will sell. I don't know why. Just the demographic around here, I guess. But, yeah, it's just very different. Alright, so this is the regular Full Art Gita. Near mint. Oops. About $4. But yeah, what are you guys up to tonight or this weekend? You guys doing anything particularly interesting? We got some Poppy cards up next. What's going on? Let's see, near mint, $6. Packing orders, maybe sending out a PSA order with Korean Yu-Gi-Oh! Interesting. I know that Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! Is starting to get Is it starting to get more popular? I feel like it's starting to get a bit more popular. I feel like more people have been grading and selling and flipping Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't heard about Korean though. Is it like super cheap to open like Pokemon? Alright, this other Poppy. Looks like this one's on the next page. And these cards get cheap real fast. I'll tell you that much. Jeez. About $2. Deep in the Woods, yeah, it's incredibly cheap. Well, I think Jake was opening Korean Yu-Gi-Oh at some point, just going back and opening like all the sets that he didn't open. Pretty sure. 2. Dab 2.0. Yep. They could have made some decisions to really knock this set out of the park, and I don't know why they didn't. Like giving us a Tyranitar SIR and a Dragonite SIR. Since you're going to put Tyranitar and Dragonite as Ultra Rares in the set and on the pack art, but for some reason you're not going to give them to us as SIRs. But that could have really helped this set out a lot. To give us those 2 Pokemon as special illustration rares, but they're like, nope. Instead, you get Ice Cube and Revavroom. Pidgeot. I don't know. Pick one. Pick any of them. What's up, Bubble Blower? I'm sure I'll be seeing you Saturday. What's going on? Alright, let's see. We got Rhyme. Rhyme and Ortega. They're probably similarly priced. It's like $2. Charizard making 2 Charizard sets in a row in English. I wouldn't necessarily call 151 a Charizard set, but I understand what you're saying. Like 151 is like a set for the people. A set for the people. A set for us old boys. But yeah, I mean the chase obviously is going to be Charizard, but all right, so these are all 2. So 3 and 3, so 6. Oh, you broke your wrist? Damn, that sucks. That sucks, man. Okay, cool. My chase at 151 is Dragonair. Dude, Dragonair is so good. Dragonair is so good. Yeah, no Dragonite SAR. 2 sets. Instead, they just give them a holo. Though the holo looks adorable. But yeah, we definitely should have gotten, like, they're shafting Dragonair, or Dragonite for some reason. I don't know why, but really lame. Maybe they think that Evolving Skies came out too soon, so they don't want to put them in a set so close, but that doesn't really make any sense, right? Because, like, I don't know. He wasn't even really the main draw of Evolving Skies, although he had one of the best alternate arts in Evolving Skies. In my humble opinion. But 2, 2, and 2. So we got these. Got these bad boys. We're waiting for 2 years to get the Dragonite art for cheap. I'm pretty sure it just keeps going up and up, doesn't it? Especially in Japanese. I think it's just gonna keep going up, man. I don't know. You might be waiting a while. I don't know what cheap would be for you, but I don't even know these characters. It really sucks opening, like, it's really twofold, right? It's like opening sets where you really don't know the characters in Pokemon all that well, like you have no connection to them because you didn't play the game, because the game kind of not very fun. I'll just say that. Not very fun. Didn't hold my interest. So it kind of sucks to not, you know, have gained any sort of connection. Ortega's 2-2? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. On TCG player. Probably closer to 3, but yeah, 2. Not missing any. All right, next up we have Artisan. Be right back, gonna buy 30. Okay. All right, we gotta find the Artisan now. Should be on the other page, probably. Artisan, gold rare. We pulled 3 of these. $5 a piece, looks like. $5. So a shop opened up close to the comic shop where I sell cards, and it is a cards, games, and what is it? Cards, games, and comics. Cards, games, and comics shop. I went in there on Saturday because it was their soft opening, I guess. Their grand opening is on this Saturday. I went on there. I went to there last Saturday. It's cool. They have a lot of video games. They got a lot of like retro games. They don't have any Pokemon cards, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know if that's something that's going to be coming soon or what, but right now they don't have much for Pokemon cards, so that's kind of nice. Don't really want to fight somebody for the card space in town, but it is what it is if that happens. They just have to beat my prices. What's the most expensive card you're selling? I will grab it. Poncho Pikachu. XY207, $6,500. I'm sure someone's definitely going to buy that at a small local convention. But I will have it. As my most expensive card I'll be selling. You never know who's going to walk in the door, right? You never know. Somebody might buy it. It's always possible. Oh, yeah. Well, technically. I never think about that place. I should probably... I will refrain from saying anything. I don't know what their... I haven't been in there for a while. I don't know what their prices are like nowadays. They weren't great before, but it's been a while since I've been in there. Typically, you can find things online for a lot less. Plus, their hours are weird. They're not open on the weekends, or they didn't used to be, and they're only open like during the day, during the week. I don't know. It's a little weird. So. But yeah, I have gone there a few times. I haven't been there in a while. I'll just say that much. When are you gonna allow viewers to buy cards you're listing? Wait, what are you talking about? My eBay is public. What do you mean? They were selling booster box for $90. Oh, really? That's pretty good. That's better than what I bought them for, actually. Which booster boxes? Obsidian Flames? Oh, the binder cards? You gonna be in Charlotte? I gotta keep my store stocked, man. I gotta keep my booth stocked. I can't be selling off all my binder cards. I gotta keep them local. I don't have to keep them local, but you know what I'm saying. It was a couple months ago. I think it was Silver Tempest. Really? Silver Tempest for 90 bucks? It's funny. I reached out to them and I said I emailed them and was like, hey, I buy like a few cases, like first per set, or like 2 cases per set. Can I like pre-order through you? Can we set up some sort of an agreement where I buy through you, you can up your allocations through your distributor, all that stuff? Ghosted. No one even emailed me back. So I was like, all right, whatever. That's fine. I mean, oh well. But yeah. I think they do breaks and stuff there as well, at least for sports. They're mainly a sports place, but they do have some Pokemon stuff. Some pretty interesting Pokemon stuff. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been in there. I'm sure a lot of stores get email. Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, a lot of stores probably do get emails. Especially stores that have a distributor. I think we have the same keyboard. It's a Corsair something or other. M66 or M55 or something like that, I think. Something like that. Corsair M55. I don't know. I think I just went up and bought it at Target. I think I spilled coffee on my old one. And then it broke it. It like shorted it. So I had to run up to Target and just buy like a decent keyboard. And that's the one I landed on. Alright, we're looking for the Ice Cube. Oh god, it's $1. Damn it. It's $1. I mean, it's more like $2. But this guy's selling it for $1. We're gonna put $2 on it. It's a full art for Pete's sake. Can't possibly sell a full art for $1. That would be a terrible decision. $2 free Actually, it's $1.99 shipping, so it's like, yeah, it's basically $2. I have a feeling that this this show is going to be... There's a part of me that feels like the show is going to be crazy. Just because I think we're located kind of toward the front of the building this time instead of the back. So I'm a little terrified. Because I think it's actually going to be... I'm a little worried. I'm worried because, like, I'm bringing some of my really expensive stuff, which worries me. And then on top of that, I have 2 tables, and I know that I'm going to have help because my mom's helping me out. So she's going to be there, which is going to be good. And then, but, like, she doesn't really know a whole lot. She can obviously keep an eye on things. But, like, I don't know. People are getting deals from Java because he looks at market price. Shut up. Are they selling for better on eBay or something? I don't care, man. I just price off TCG Player, whatever. People can get deals off of me. That's fine. They're probably selling for more on eBay because you can sell to, like, people from outside of the country, right? I want to have good prices. I've never had anyone come into the store. I had one person come into the store apparently and say that my prices were ridiculous, which I don't know what the hell you're looking for if you think my prices are ridiculous, but no idea. Only one person. Everyone else that comes in is like, wow, this is really reasonable. Which probably means I should raise my prices. Probably means I should raise my prices a little bit. Alright, now we have... Yeah, I was kind of toward the back by the loading door in the back, and then I was kind of a middle table, yeah. where this time I have a corner and I'm toward the front. So, all right, we're pricing the Absol Full Arts. Got $2. That's why All Man wants to buy all my binder cards, because he's gonna flip them onto eBay. Aren't ya? I think I just figured it out. Second edition Hollow Ninetales for like $3 at the comic store. You just want all of my Ortegas. Why? What is Ortega? You got me curious now. What is Ortega selling for on eBay? 219197. I mean, yeah, 2's probably a little low. There are some here selling for 2, 3, 2. But then there's some that are like 4, 9, 6, 5. I could probably up it a little bit. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at 2, I think. New score alert. What are you talking about? I just checked my credit score like last week. How is there possibly a new score? Does it update every week? I have an insane credit score, you guys. It's like 814 or something. It's high. I'm sure that can be public information, right? You guys can't hack me via my credit score. We're just gonna leave it at $2. I'm already over it. All right, let's see. Still mid 700s. Yeah, I think my brother's was like mid, because I told him about it. He's like, "Oh man, that's really good." He's like, "I'm like 7." He was like 780 something, I think. I was like, "Damn, well that's high too." I don't know how I cracked the 800s, but probably because I only have one credit card and I pay everything off before it lapses at the end of the month. That's really all I do. I only have one credit card in terms of like credit stuff. And the only debt I have is student loan debt, so maybe that's why. $770 before I bought a house. Yeah, that's something that I am just don't know if I want to do it or not. It's such a weird thing, right? It's like, I like the idea of a house. I don't like the idea, oh god. I don't like the idea of spending the money on a house, obviously. And I feel like when you buy a house, you got so much more responsibility. Like there's so much more shit that can break that you're responsible for, that you have to fix, that you got to keep up, like your lawn and all that shit. I do not care about mowing the lawn. Maybe I could find some, you know, some fun in it or something, but hell no, I don't want to mow the lawn. Like all that stuff, I'm just like, not interested. I guess I really don't have to even think about it right now. Renter gang. Do you rent a house, Taco, or a apartment? Are Japanese cards rarer than English cards? No. Yeah, I mean, it depends, because some cards come out as, like, promos in Japanese, where they come out in the set in English, or vice versa. There isn't, like, a wholesale, like, yes or no. Both are printed a lot, Japanese cards and English cards. There's differences, too, like, the Japanese culture, or the Japanese people over there really like full art trainers, whereas in America, you won't see... or in English, you won't see the full art trainers sell for as much as they will in Japanese. Composition of the sets can be different, but yeah, I mean, it does depend on the card. There's not like a wholesale, like, one overall is rarer than the other. There's a lot of Japanese printed and a lot of English printed. Two. We're just doing 2 on all of our full arts here. Used to have a house through work. It'll be an apartment shortly. Been at the parents all summer after changing jobs. Man, I wish I could move back in with my parents. I wish I could move back in with my parents. You know how much money I'd be just saving? I could probably do this Pokemon thing full time if I moved back in with my parents. Some people pay more because there's like there is a bit of a novelty quality to it for people who are less knowledgeable. Like when I bring Japanese to the different shows, people will be like, "Oh man, that's Japanese," and like a lot of the little kids will be like, "Oh my god, that's Japanese, that's crazy." And it's like, well, it's not really. It's just a different language, but I can understand why it's like it's more like novelty than actual rarity or like demand or anything. But people do get excited seeing it if they're kind of unaware of what's going on. Charmander. This is 44. Oh god, if I hit Charmander in Pokemon, it's going to bring up a lot of Charmanders. What does this go for? Promo. Here we go. That's like $5. It's definitely cheaper. Hell yeah, it's cheaper. Hell yeah, it's cheaper. I hope your parents are doing well, Taco. It's been a very long time since I've seen them. But yeah, I hope the family's doing good. Quality is far and away better in English. That's true. The texture is also better. That is true. So there's lots of benefits to Japanese over English for sure. Quality's better, texture's better, just like Hoffman said. That doesn't mean it's more rare or inherently more valuable, but there are definitely some benefits to Japanese cards. But it's not in English, I can't read it! I absolutely hate that argument. It's actually so dumb. Use Google Translate. The thing is, like, 99% of people that collect this stuff collect it for the artwork. Probably 1% of people that collect these cards actually play the game. So there's no reason for you to ever need to read your card. It's just like an excuse to try and like be a contrarian or something, and try and like keep English popular. I don't really know what it is, but it's like it literally makes no difference. If you're buying the card to look at it because it's like a statement piece, because it's like artsy, I would want the Japanese one, because the Japanese one, we already talked about it, has better texture. A lot of times the colors are even better. Like on the regular EXs, for instance, the colors are better. The textures are better. A lot of times there could be like Japanese exclusive holofoils and stuff that make the cards look better. The quality is better. Like there's so much as like a little art piece, the way that most of us enjoy the cards. But yeah, people like to say the whole it's like the last thing that they can hang on to as like a reason why English is superior. 'Cause I can read it. It's like, all right. You got me there. You only know one language. So do I, by the way, but I don't ever look. I can't remember the last time I read a Pokemon card. But I don't play the game. And I think the majority of people don't play the game. Alright, Scizor. Let's see. I love this Scizor card. It is so freaking good. My number one best looking card from the set. Hands down. My grandma does not agree, by the way. My grandma watched the video. She said, absolutely not. That card is not the best looking card in the set. You are off your rocker. I was like, all right, grandma. Didn't know you had such fiery views on Pokemon cards. She needs to become a flipper. Should be the first grandma flipper. Yeah, she was very adamant that this card was absolutely not the best looking card in the set. I highly disagree, but no. I think the one that she liked the most was, I think it was actually the Cleffa. I think she liked the Cleffa the most. Which the Cleffa is a great looking card. But definitely not as good as the Scizor. Come on. Not even close. Not even close. But the Cleffa was in the top 10, so. Still used by E? Yep. All I can say is that the vast majority of transactions that I've done through Buyee have been positive. The vast majority of transactions. Now, I would say once every couple I get scammed. Typically, it's only on maybe like a $20 card. My last one was like a $200 lot of cards that I got scammed on, which really sucked because I had to eat to $200. But I mean, you just got to go in knowing that it could happen and that you can't really do anything about it. So with that information, like, just be super careful. You know, look at the feedback, look at the pictures, make sure you see a back picture. Make sure the price seems reasonable. Like, make sure it's not like a $5,000 card that's listed for $50. All of those are going to be fake. So don't get like drawn in by those insane like fake listings of super cheap, really expensive cards, because that's just not a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Just take your precautions. You can always try Card Rush if you're looking for modern. If you're looking for modern cards, you can always try Card Rush. Card Rush is a good site. I purchased through them. They're an actual store in Japan. I've actually been to the store, and they showed up really well. Shipping was great. I think I ordered through what's called World Shopping, which is I think the interim buyer who buys on your behalf, kind of like Buyee. And my order through Card Rush was fine. So, but just make sure you're looking at the prices and everything, and conditions, descriptions, and I don't know what to say. Like, you're probably gonna get scammed at some point. If you use Buyee long enough, you will get scammed. It's just how it's gonna go. So just make sure that whatever you're buying, you're willing to lose that money. You just have to be really careful. But again, I would just say that I've had hundreds of transactions on Buyee. I would say less than 5% of them have been negative transactions. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say at that point. This kid at my school was trying to read you Japanese cards. He's speaking gibberish. Me and my friends used to do Pokemon games for cards. Split a pack. Whoever won the game would get the pack. Oh, nice. Yeah. Thing I like about people selling individual cards is that I'm still young, don't have a job, I can't buy loads of cards often, and what I mean by loads, like ETBs. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that just doesn't exist in this area, is someone selling singles. And so that's why I talked to Brandon at the comic book store. Like, Brandon started off in the same position that I am right now. So I feel like it was pretty obvious. I was like, this is how much I sell online. Like, it goes really well. I think there's no one else selling these types of singles, as far as I know, in the area, in like the immediate area. So I was like, I think it would do pretty well. And it's done pretty well so far. It's been pretty awesome. So it's been a really positive experience. I think it was kind of needed. I just hope that this other store, if they do start doing it, competition's good, I guess. That's what they say, right? Competition's good. But, yeah. Alright. We got 3. Akuma TCG! Somebody took my name. They took half my name, at least. So I was thinking about doing merchandise. I was thinking about doing merch. I was thinking about doing coffee mugs, because obviously I love coffee. My name is literally Coffee Demon, if you translate it. Java, Coffee, Akuma, Demon, Devil. Coffee Demon, that's what I was going for. So I was thinking about making coffee mugs. Seems like an appropriate merch for my brand. And I think there's a pretty easy way to do it. So I might be doing that soon. We'll see. We'll see. I got a lot of ideas. I just have to figure out the time to actually make them happen. Like, I want to buy a PlayStation 5 because the price is now reduced on the PlayStation 5. I think it's like $450 now for the disc edition instead of $500. So I was thinking about buying a PlayStation 5, and then I was like, how can I incentivize people becoming members? And I was like, what if I live stream video games on YouTube, and then the like after VODs were member exclusive. So if you wanted to watch the VOD after the live stream of me playing the video game, then it's $1.99 or whatever. And I can make those. So the actual live stream is for everybody, and the VOD is member exclusive. I think that would be kind of cool, because my channel is not really video game related anyway. So I wouldn't want that content live on the channel after doing it. But if I had it member only, then that kind of makes sense, because it's not live on the channel. Doesn't confuse anybody as to the fact that this is a Pokemon channel. Another thing I was thinking about doing was just actual like specific content for members. Again, non-Pokemon related. I want to make everything that I do, if I do put anything behind a paywall, I want it to be non-Pokemon related. So something not at all, like, I'm not selling things to you guys after you know, I'm not giving you plays, I'm not giving you any extra knowledge that I'm not showing in videos. So I was thinking about doing that. Doing like a Let's Play series or something that's members only. Something like that. I don't know. I want to figure out some sort of creative thing to offer people who become members. Because right now, there's really no incentive. Unless you just like me. But obviously, nobody has to become a member. Nobody has to become a member. But I just think it would be cool. to have something exclusive for the people who support in that way. Kind of like how people do like Patreons. When they have a Patreon, they'll do like an exclusive show on Patreon or something for their patrons. All right, let's see. This Pidgey is expensive. Jesus, $9. Is Pidgey playable or something? What's up, Chevels? Is it Chevels, Chevels, or Chevals? I feel like I've said it all three ways, and there's a part of me that feels like they're all wrong. I feel like they're all wrong, too. Oh, damn, I got two of those. Nice. Scizor, easily the best artwork in the set. We already talked about it, but it's true. It's true. The cat moved. The cat is alive. There are no right way in English. In French, you wouldn't pronounce the S. So just cheval. Cheval. That sounds French. I'm so stupid. Cheval. Nice. Cheval. Okay. I'll try and remember that. Cheval. Are you French? Or are you French Canadian? I guess French Canadian. Well, I guess. Do French Canadian people consider themselves French or French Canadian? Probably French Canadian, right? And then there's like French people from France. Be the first to say it this way. Cheval. I'm getting it right. I'll make sure to say it a few times on Pokeflips if you're there. I'll get them saying it right. I'm not on this week's Pokeflips. I will be on a Pokeflips eventually. Eventually, I'm gonna speak it into existence. Quebec. Well, it's a little bit different. I understand. Isn't it a little bit different? I understand what you're saying with the comparison, but I feel like there's a slight difference. Maybe there isn't. Wait, how do you say that? Is that just a fancy word for French Canadian? Oh, you're that different. Got you. Okay. So you're that different to the French. You're French Canadian, and you're very different from French people. Got you. It makes sense, because you're like an entire ocean away from each other. So obviously there's going to be, less. But aren't French Canadians that are like really, really into their French side though, right? Like you have to learn French. Do you do like traditional French things as well? Because I know that you have to learn French, right? Like that's like a must. Like you have to learn it in school. All right, we got Houndour. 4 on this guy. You had to hold 5 cars for the next 10 years, not including Watsy. If I personally had to hold 5 cards for the next 10 years and they weren't Watsy. Well, I know what 4 cards that I would hold. Probably a bad idea to hold them. But I've got 4. I have to think of a 5th. I already own them too. If they weren't burning a hole in my pocket, I would be holding them. I'll show you in a second. Any chance I get to flex my ponchos, I will take it. Alright? Any chance I get. These bad boys. If I had to hold, I have 4. I don't know if I have a 5th card, but if I had to hold, I would probably hold these 4 for my own personal thing. Not necessarily because I think they'll go up in price, even though I think they're pretty unique. They're pretty cool. They got Pikachu in funny costumes. Who knows if they'll ever do ponchos again? It's possible that they will. They might not, but I think they have good stuff. So I like these a lot. I got them for almost nothing. Like basically the collections that I bought them from have already basically paid for themselves, so I basically have like 0 buy-in to these cards. So those are definitely 4 that I would keep. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool Pikachu promos for sure. Oh, show. What are you doing, bub? Look at this cat. She's like hanging off the damn chair. What are you doing, Bubba? Alright. Alright, let's see. Larvitar. Technically, I took multiple years of Spanish in high school, but I can honestly say that I did not learn anything. I did enough to pass. My Spanish teacher was basically like, if you tried, you got an A. So I just tried my best, and I ended up passing. You took a semester-long class. What's up, Ravi? The Wiggles? I think I'm too old for the Wiggles. I remember the Wiggles, but I think I was old enough that I didn't actually watch the show. I'm too old for it. When I was a young lad, I was watching like Blue's Clues, Arthur, Little Bear, those ones. I don't know where this is going, but I feel like it's gonna end in a ban. I have streamed for years, sir. Oh, maybe it won't. Do I watch Naruto? I have seen Naruto, yeah. I think I've watched the whole thing. I haven't watched much of Boruto. I've watched Naruto. I haven't watched much Boruto. Remember the episode where they attempted to take off Kakashi's mask? Oh no, I remember the one where they were trying to take the bell from his hand. That was like the first test that Kakashi had them do. And they tried to take off his mask. Were they following him through town for that episode? I know that they were trying to get him to show his mask. Yeah, they were like following through town. Like they went to like the ramen shop. They were like, "Oh, how's he gonna eat? Is he gonna take his mask down?" Yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, I remember that. I like Naruto. There's some moments in Naruto, like some fights and some moments that give me the chills, even to this day. It's not my favorite anime, but it's got moments, man. Definitely got some moments. Ninetales. You think if Sasuke left the village during the day, you would have? I have no idea. You're getting into realm that I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know if Tsunade would have caught him. Didn't really like Naruto. It's tough. Naruto has a lot of filler. um, which can make it kind of tough to watch. But it's good if you like if you really, you know, put yourself into it. Oh yeah, I watched that Ed and Eddie. Yeah, definitely. Ed and Eddie was good stuff. I can't tell if this is a bot. This is a really good bot if it's a bot. If it's not a bot. I'm able to binge shows really well, just not in a real. Yeah. Really depends. I've been watching Black Clover recently. Why do they keep deleting messages? I'm so confused. Ravi and Sarana, are you a real person or are you a bot? I honestly can't tell. You're reading the Death Note manga? I'm a real guy. Okay. All right. Well, maybe maybe that's a bot response though. Oh boy. Now we're in real deep. Bear in the... Yeah, that sounds familiar. You're really testing my memory. This was a long time ago. This was like 20 years ago. You're just listing every cartoon that came out in the mid 2000s. It has to be a bot. This has to be a very sophisticated bot that just peppers off questions of cartoons from the mid 2000s. It's gotta be. That's the only thing I can think of. It's impressive if it is a real bot. Have you seen the 2014 Annie movie? If so, what was your favorite part? What's your favorite movie, Ravi and Sarana? That's what I want to know. What's your favorite movie? Enough about me. What about you? Spider-Man? That's the newest Spider-Man, right? Your favorite movie is the newest Spider-Man that came out? The very, like, you haven't seen a better movie than that? This is amazing. That's like the most recent movie that's come out. Okay, Ravi. What's a movie? What's that one movie? I can't remember it. There's a movie that was starring Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. I think it involved like a plane or something. What was that movie? I forget. And when did it come out? Do you know the date? I'm just curious if you remember. I'm having trouble figuring it out. It's like stuck in my head now. Catch Me If You Can. That's true. I think you got it right, man. I think that's exactly what it is. Catch Me If You Can. True. True. Babar and the Adventures of Babu. What is that? Is that a real thing? What's your favorite Star Wars movie, Ravi? It's an elephant cartoon? Interesting. I don't have kids, so I don't know the youth's cartoons. How are you doing, Hoffman? That's a great theme song. What are some other great anime theme songs? Babar was a thing. It was? I don't remember this. Babar? Babar Elephant cartoon. I never watched this show. When did this come out? 1989. In English and French. I never watched this show. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember this. Just trying to list on TCG Player. It's got me rolling. What about We Are Fighting Dreamers? Is that a movie or a television show? I think I read the books more than I ever saw the show. Yeah. I don't even remember it. Oh, it's a Naruto song. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Or the Naruto song is very good. There's multiple good Naruto songs. I think, personally. For cards they put condition A, what would you think? I haven't bought cards condition A. I think condition A usually means that there's one or two flaws. What you're looking for is, I don't know if they put condition S anymore, but what you're looking for, if you're looking at modern, I don't know if you're looking at modern or not, but if you're looking at modern, you want to look at like newly listed without a condition description. If it's condition A, that means they have reviewed the card and it has like one or two issues. I believe that's what I was told, at least. So when I bought my modern stuff, I bought ones that were newly listed that didn't have a condition description in the title. But I assume most of the vintage probably has some sort of condition description on it. Card Rush is actually a really cool store. I don't know if they're operating in the same place where they were when I was there in Tokyo, but it was a really cool place. They had loads of cards. It was crazy. You gonna continue doing these mass openings? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll just do one case of the next set and not two. I did 2 cases of this one. One, it's a Charizard set, and 2, I was hoping that the condition was going to get better, but obviously it really hasn't, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I was hoping, but here we are. I'll probably do 1 case of the next set, but after that, probably not. I don't know. If it's still bad, I think the set after this next one is going to be a shiny set, so I'll probably buy some of that. I'm not doing a mass opening of 151. I have some stuff coming in for 151, but since there's no booster boxes, I'm not going to do like a big opening of that. Yeah. Yeah, I will have to think about it though, because it is just massive loss. But like I was talking about earlier, it's like people do buy the bulk for $4 which actually ends up being pretty decent. Over the last like 5 months, I think my 4 for $1 and my 5 rows made me like $600, which is pretty good given that, you know, I don't know. When I see you, I'm gonna go, hey man, what's up in the deep? Well, hopefully I hear you. I don't know how busy it's gonna be. It could be really busy. It could be not busy at all. I have no freaking clue what's about. I have no idea. I'm just there, hoping to sell some cards. Hopefully it goes well. No clue. Hopefully I'm not like too busy to actually talk to people. I don't sell cards full time. No, I wish. I would love to at some point make this a full-time thing, but we'll see. Maybe someday. The thing is, at this point, I feel like I'm hitting my like ceiling. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like I'm hitting my ceiling in terms of the amount of time I can put into it versus the amount of money I'm pulling out of it. I can always continue to like get better and refine more and more and more, but like it's getting tough. I feel like flipping and making money in Pokemon is all about how much time can you put into it, how much work can you put into it, how much extra time on top of literally, like, the amount of money I make right now is fantastic. It's like really good. Really good. Like, my full-time job is already really good, and then every month with Pokemon is really good. So it's like, it'd be really dumb for me to go full-time because I can like double dip into my salary, but at the same time it's like, man, it would be really nice just to do this full-time and not have to worry about the full-time job at all. But it's just, I just don't know. I don't know at what point it's realistic to make that change, you know? What's my full-time job? I'm a web developer designer. I'm a web developer designer. We have 3 Charizards. Full stack? No. I'm more, well, developer's probably a, developer is a, I'll just say front end designer. We'll go with that. It's mostly in template work, so like WordPress, like in one of those templated environments. Essentially, it's pretty easy stuff, honestly. It's like it's kind of like content maintenance / design. I don't know what to call it, but all right, have a good one, Bubble Blower. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks for stopping in and saying hey. But yeah, I'm not like a developer. Like I'm more like HTML, CSS, a little bit of JavaScript, kind of that front end. I make things look pretty, I guess. My brother though is more of like a developer. Although he's more of like a manager nowadays, but I think he still does some like writing. He works out at Amazon. Technically I went to school, but it's like kind of self-taught. It's like I got a degree, which was, so what is my degree? I got a bachelor's in, I don't know exactly what it's called. Hold on, it's down here somewhere. What are these? Ooh, look out. I think it's just like digital media design or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Or digital, I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's digital media design. I have an associate's and a bachelor's, both in kind of like the exact same thing. So that landed me my first job, which was a lot of Shopify work, HTML, CSS, building websites. Managed a bunch of websites there, and then moved on to where I work now, which is like a way bigger company, make a lot more money. That's everything. Doing essentially the same stuff, just on a different platform. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, nothing crazy. I'm not like a code guru. My brother's more of that. My brother works out at Amazon in Seattle. He's like a senior engineer at Amazon in Seattle. He's up there. Doing very well for himself. coding's very hard. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things coming out, continuing to come out that make it easier for people. Like, I think honestly, ChatGPT really helps. You know, I talked to my brother and he's like, yeah, I mean, ChatGPT helps me a lot. Like, he'll need to write like a little script for something and he'll just be like, ChatGPT, write me a script or this or blah, blah, blah. And then he'll go in and he'll like proofread it. But it's like, he doesn't have to write things from scratch anymore, which is pretty crazy. To think that that kind of has streamlined a lot of type of stuff. I actually used ChatGPT in a video recently. Tried to get into it. It's very dry. It's very boring. Like, if you don't have the mind or the passion for it, it's really hard to get into. Like, I'm even feeling that right now. Like, I have passion for web design when it comes to like personal projects, but I really don't when it comes to like professional stuff. Like, it's really difficult for me to get myself like really excited about designing a new site for something that I have no like actual. What are you doing? Hello? Hello? What I'm trying to get is I'm trying to get the YouTube going to making some decent money. What do you do? You're in like the worst spot imaginable. Hello? Crawdad, what's up, man? Move! Sweetheart. What? Come on. Oh. Woo. Just fell backwards. Come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah, come here. Oh. I'll just chill. Nope. We're not chilling. We're not chilling. We're not chilling. Just Mika things, yeah, pretty much. She's using my leg. She's standing on my leg. Love it. Don't want to be on your spot anymore. Is it time for bed? Come on. How long have I been collecting cards? Well, I started collecting cards when I was a child, way back in the day, with the first sets. And then I tapped out around Neo Genesis. I think that's the latest holos that I had in my collection was Neo Genesis. And then got into sports heavily. Football, mostly. Collected sports probably all the way through middle school. I don't think I was still collecting cards into high school. I think all the way through like middle schoolish time, I was collecting sports. And then I got out of sports and got into playing sports, which didn't really leave me a lot of time to collect anything. And playing video games. Played a lot of video games in high school. So there was video games and sports in high school and middle school. Collected some sports cards in middle school. And then got back into this. Got back into this 2020. End of 2019. 2020. Start of the pandemic, basically. Do you ever think Pokemon cards would be this big? I mean, no. Absolutely not. I knew that some cards were expensive, but I knew that the expensive cards were not the ones that I owned. So I was like, you know, like first edition Charizard and stuff like that. You always see like, oh shit, that's some expensive cards. Like, that's pretty crazy that Pokemon's that expensive. And then it's like, but now it's just insane. Now it's just absolutely wild. So, Justin Jefferson worth the #1 pick in fantasy. I think he is. I think he's obviously the best wide receiver in the league. So, who knows if Kirk Cousins will be any good this year, but there is that. I thought Yu-Gi-Oh would be bigger than Pokemon. But Yu-Gi-Oh definitely... Well, I don't know. Does Yu-Gi-Oh have a bigger player base than Pokemon? I feel like it might. But in terms of popularity, I mean, the collectability in Yu-Gi-Oh just doesn't seem to be as big as Pokemon. I collected a little Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid, but not a lot. I remember a friend of mine had a I remember thinking a friend of mine had an Exodia piece, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world because you had to get, you know, like, what was it? Is it 5 or 4 pieces? 5 pieces, right, of Exodia? And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that my buddy had won. It's like, oh man, you got one of the pieces of the Exodia. But yeah, that didn't really end up turning into anything for me. We got Kirk Cousins 2.0, but worse. Well, Mac Jones. I kind of like fantasy because it forces me to actually pay attention to other games. Because I do like watching football. Usually I just end up watching the Vikings and then being done for the day. And I don't have regular TV, so I don't have a way to watch the games, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes this year. I'm not holding my breath. I know we got rid of quite a few like big time players to keep some big time players, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope good things, but we'll see. Yeah, they like to reprint cards a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure. Pokemon likes to reprint, but not nearly as much as Yu-Gi-Oh! Does, seems like. Although I feel like in the last 2 or 3 years, we've gotten a lot of base set reprints for Charizard. Or maybe maybe we only got one. Did we only get one? We have a second one coming in like the premium players deck thingy. I guess there was, well, yeah, that was like 6 years ago, the evolutions. It just seems like it happened just yesterday because it was super freaking popular. But yeah, I guess there was really only one Charizard reprint. Celebrations. Yeah, true. It feels like there's been a lot more, but not really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of football, but I don't watch a whole lot of it. I just watch my guys. I also don't pay attention a whole lot to it, though, too, so there is that. I just want the teams that are always really good to just be really bad for a while. That's what I want. And it seems to be happening. It seems to be trending that way. You know, like, I want the Lions to be fighting for the top of the NFC North. Like, I want the Jets to be fighting for the top of their division. Like, I want it to flip-flop. I want these teams that have been down on their luck for decades to actually be fighting for something, you know? And I feel like seeing the Patriots kind of flounder the last few years after losing Brady, that's been really nice. Seeing the Packers lose Rodgers, who knows how that's going to affect them? Hopefully negatively. That would be nice. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Jets just might this year. Honestly, the Lions might this year. The Lions tore up last year. They were doing really well after the first few games. They might be putting on a clinic this year. They might be leaving us all in the dust. All I've known is winning, being in New England. How does one learn how to watch a loser? Hey, you know what? You're looking at a professional loser. You're looking at a team that has literally never even gotten close to winning a Super Bowl. You are looking at a person who is the professional at being let down. Okay? I am the pro All right. You just get over it at some point. you just understand that there is something that has cursed you in a way that will make it so that you will never enjoy the Super Bowl in the same way that many other people get to enjoy it. And that's fine. You know what? It's fine. Whatever. We'll just perpetually suck till the end of time. I mean, honestly, you don't have anything to compare it to, though. It might actually be a lot harder for you because we've never won a Super Bowl, so there's nothing like, oh, back in my day when we won 4 Super Bowls. No. We just never won one, so there's nothing to compare it to. There was like no good time when we won the Super Bowl, so it's like, okay, well, we've always sucked, so that's fine. Nothing new. For the Patriots, it's like, okay, well, yeah, you won like 7 Super Bowls over the course of like 12 years, so yeah, it's gonna kind of suck for you guys to lose for a while. But at least you got to live through the 7 Super Bowls, so that's cool. That's pretty cool. Greedent. The Pokemon that is a squirrel. All I've known is being a winner. Oh god, I wish. I wish. I guess it's just that whole, like, if you don't have expectations, then they can't, like, disappoint you, right? If you just have 0 expectations, they can never disappoint you. Damn, this Pidgeot EX is expensive. How do you go about deciding what to grade? I have a video that goes into detail on how I pre-grade. The main thing is to look on eBay, look up the card, PSA 9, PSA 10. So, for example, let's just say there's a $5 card. It costs $15 to grade. And you look it up on eBay, and PSA 9 is 25 bucks, PSA 10 is 60 bucks. Might be a decent card to grade, especially if you can get a really nice looking copy of it, because at 60 bucks, what are we thinking, like $10? So you're at like 50, let's say 48 minus 20, you're making $28 on every one of those cards, right? So that's pretty decent. But like, do the math on eBay, figure out if it's worth doing, if it's worth grading it for the $15, if it's worth buying for $5, if you have to spend $15, and then when you get it in is when you need to pre-grade it. Pre-grading is pretty easy, honestly. It's not too difficult. Make sure it doesn't have any bends, creases. Make sure it doesn't have any whitening if you're trying to go for a 10. No whitening, or very minimal whitening, but I would say no whitening. No bends, no creases, no major scratches, no, just look for imperfections. If you find more than one imperfection, I would say if it's a dent, you probably don't want to grade if you're going for a 10. If it's a deep scratch, you probably don't want to grade. If it's a bend, you probably don't want to grade. If it's minor scratches, like the real fine scratches on the back, maybe, depending on how much like wiggle room you have on 9s and 10s. If it has any sort of like major pieces of whitening, you probably don't want to grade. If there's very minor whitening on like a Japanese Nubat card, maybe you send it, depending on like your 9 and 10 ratio. But yeah, I mean, it's just figuring out how much do you stand to gain from a PSA 10 at the price in which you're buying, factoring in all the fees and the grading costs, and then making sure that you're diligent on the pictures and everything of the listing you're buying, and then you're diligent on the pre-grading before you send it to grading. So, and I have a video on YouTube that explains how I pre-grade cards, and I've done pretty well. Usually I get like 70 to 80% 10s on my submissions, so I do pretty decently, but I'm pretty harsh on pre-grading. I could probably send a lot more than I do, but I try to really only send stuff that I'm confident is going to get, at least has a chance at a 10. But I do that also because I have a good fallback. You know, I can just put the binders that I don't grade into the store uptown and they will sell over time. So it's not like I have a nice fallback to be able to sell these cards in different places if I need to. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a whole thing, you know, but you do it a few times. If it works, you learn from it. If it doesn't, you learn from it. I think one of the biggest things is just doing it. You know, it's like making that first purchase on Buyee, figuring out how it all works, or wherever you're gonna buy from, pre-grading for the first time, or send PSA or CGC like 5 cards with different issues. That's what I do sometimes, where I'll be like, okay, it only costs 15 to grade, you know, and in 9s I make my money back. So I have, let's say I have 5 of the same card, some have whitening, some have a little dent on the back, some are clean. I might send them all, and then afterwards be like, okay, the ones with the little dings, they got 8s. The ones with the whitening, those got 9s, and the really clean ones got 10s. Okay, I kind of understand a little bit better on what I should be looking for, you know, but it's all about like experience. I think learning from, you don't want to jump in the deep end. You don't want to spend like thousands of dollars out the gate when you have no idea what you're doing. So I would say start small and, you know, figure out the processes of things, and then when you feel comfortable, then you start going in on bigger lots and stuff. Yeah, I think experience is just super important. I say this about my job. Is like, I went to college, I learned how to do my job in a college environment, but nothing prepared me for like the first 3 months of my actual job. Like my actual job, the first 3 months, I learned way more, like tenfold more than what I did in college in the first 3 months of my job. So it's kind of the same thing. Is like, you can watch all the video. Like when I first started, I watched all the videos. I watched all the PSA returns, all the CGC returns, all the trying to understand, like trying to get it down, trying to lower my, you know, threshold for error, all that stuff. But until I actually sent the cards and saw them myself and saw what they got, you know, from grading and stuff, I didn't really know. I had an idea, but I didn't really know until I tried it. And I made some dumbass mistakes early on. But, you know, you just learn from them. Yeah, hands-on learning. Definitely. Definitely. Just start small. I did not start small. Out of the gate, buying from is a site called Joss. It's basically Buyee, but just under a different company. And I bought a $2,000 collection. That was my first purchase buying from Japan, because I'm a freaking moron. And it all came in, and it was all damaged. It was all damaged. The description was like, I think the conditions of these cards look beautiful. It was $2,000. It was like $400 in shipping or something insane. I thought I had like the deal of the freaking century. And then I got it in, and it was all damaged. And it took me like 6 months to make most of my money back. It was terrible. I would not recommend jumping into the deep end on your first purchase, because it's most likely not great. Most likely not going to go well. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? 2K, yeah. I wasn't very smart with it. I haven't bought any big collections off of Buyee since then, actually. Is that true? I think I've only bought single cards. It's really so just hard to judge condition from pictures when it's a big collection. because they're not going to take a bunch of pictures of like the individual cards, so you're basically boned on, you know, it's kind of rough. It can be kind of rough for sure. Man, Pidgeot must be playable. These are $9, bro. It has to be a playable card. There's no way a random Pidgeot EX is going to be $9 if it's not playable. So tomorrow I get to set up my table. Pretty excited. 3 o'clock I get off work. I can go up and set up my table. I'm not going to bring any cards over. I'm just going to bring the cards in on Saturday, but I'm going to go. There will be a vlog of this entire process. So I'll vlog me setting up. I'll vlog me filling up the table. I will vlog maybe a little bit of the actual event. I'll have to figure out how I want to do that. I want to keep a camera on during the event as like a security camera. So that would be good because then I could use some of the footage for like a time lapse in my video. And I think I'm probably allowed to do that without any issue. I hope they would allow you to keep like a security camera at your booth, because I definitely want to. Probably $1, right? Palmot and Clefable. Japanese Pidgeot selling for 40. The alternate art. That's a bit more than English. Wait, where's the Palmot? The one I have on eBay? I don't think I have a Pidgeot on eBay, do I? It's not typically a Pokemon that I buy. Where is Palmot? Is Palmot like super expensive? Am I blind? Oh, there he is. $1. Okay, Clefable. Oh, I think I found Palmot already. I was looking for Clefable. $1, okay. So we need $1. Most of these are going to be $1, right? Pretty sure. What? What is that? 6? 7. I don't think I'm going to be able to sort the slabs today. It's already getting too late. Yo, what's up, Prince? Welcome. How you doing? Welcome in. What's going on? I'm just pricing a bunch of stuff for an event this weekend. At the minute, I don't think we have too much more to go. No, we don't. That's good. We got like a page and a half. 2 pages. Saw the live stream notice yesterday. Oh, I didn't stream yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. Maybe it was a I think I set up the live yesterday. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I set up the live stream yesterday. You can like schedule it out so that people can kind of plan around it if they want to see it. But yeah, how you doing, Prince? What are you up to tonight? What's your favorite Pokemon? That's what I should ask people. What's your favorite Pokemon? You're new here, what's your favorite Pokemon? Alright, we're looking for a Victini. Probably on the second page. $1. And then Melmetal, $1. What's up, Doomslayer? SVA 2 151 ARs. Yeah, which ones? Are you talking about the Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise? Or the Dragonair? I think the Dragonair, honestly, might be one of my favorites. I love that Dragonair. It's such a good-looking card. Really good-looking card. I think Grand Party can be considered a trophy card. I have no idea, honestly. Yeah, Poliwhirl is a good one, too. I know nothing about trophy cards. That is not my realm of info that I can give. I have no clue. It seems fairly cheap for being a trophy card, but I think there are some trophy cards that are fairly cheap, so I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. I saw a Trophy Kang at Card Rush when I was there. That's a really good looking card. It's a really pretty card. What's up, Maki? Welcome. Wish I could buy Japanese packs easily. Yeah, neither can I. Japanese is tough to come by for everybody. I feel like everybody. Unless you have a Japanese distributor. Which most people in the West do not. I could probably take the cat cam off since the cat left me. Oh, that's my webcam. Hold on. Wrong thing. Is it gone? Yeah, we're good. Alright. How expensive is in-person Japanese? I felt like it was much more expensive than Bai, but I don't know if that could have changed. I haven't been there for, 6 months now? Or more? Probably more like 7 or 8 months. So with everyone from Worlds, they probably went to a lot of shops. When I went about 7-8 months ago, it was a lot worse than what you could buy on Bai. So I don't know if that's changed. Maybe someone from Worlds would be able to answer that question a little bit better. $151 Korean set here is $30 every booster box, 20 packs. The Korean, you're not guaranteed a secret rare though, right? So they're cheaper, but you're not guaranteed to hit anything cool in those 20 packs. Fairly certain. Probably still fun to open. Man, that would be even worse. Imagine spending like $150 for a booster box and you're not guaranteed a single hit. Jeez. That would be awful. That would be actually so bad. Alright, so we got 3 of these. One of my most popular videos actually is it's called Do Not Go to Japan Only to Buy Pokemon Cards. I feel like Only is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, but the last time I went to Japan, I went almost exclusively to look through card shops and stuff because I went to Japan just because I love going to Japan, but I also went to Japan that time around to do more card shopping than I had in the past. and I didn't come back with a single card. I bought one booster box, or two booster boxes, actually. One Pokemon Go box from the Pokemon Center for like 35 bucks, and one, the Silver Tempest equivalent, I think came out at that point. And I found one box at a store for like 40 bucks or whatever it was. And those were fun opening experiences, but I didn't buy a single, just because Bai is just too good. It's just too bad, but it's just too good. It sucks, but it's kind of awesome. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. But yeah, there's so much cool stuff to see in Japan. I'm so glad. Like a lot of the stories and stuff that I saw of people that went to Worlds, a lot of people that went to Japan actually like explored. They didn't go just for Worlds. They checked out a whole bunch of different cities. They checked out a bunch of the shrines. They went to a whole bunch of different cool places. And that's awesome, because that's honestly, like, I'm more of a person who likes to kind of immerse myself in other cultures when I go places. I like to eat that food. I like to, pick up little bits of language and use it when I'm there. That's more of an interesting like travel experience than going there, for one purpose, not exploring, not eating interesting food, not trying new things. I just don't know why you would go at that point. What's cheap in Japan that's expensive in the US? Like I would say everything's cheaper in Japan, but I don't think things like rent are cheaper in Japan. But like when a lot of the food is so much cheaper in Japan than it is in the US. It depends what you're eating, but I would say for the most part, food is cheaper because the yen is weaker than the dollar. So most of the stuff you're gonna buy is fairly cheap. Like if you go and get ramen, like if I want to go to a store or a restaurant here in America and get ramen, I don't know why, but for some reason it's like a fine dining experience for me to get ramen in a store around here. There are some like cheaper ramen shops probably, but I feel like ramen is expensive in America. And if you go get like actual ramen in Japan, it's like extremely cheap. It's like $10 for a bowl of ramen, a side, and a beer is like $10. It's like insanely cheap. A lot of food over there is really cheap. The public transportation is really cheap. It doesn't really cost a lot to go to like a lot of different shrines and stuff. They're just public areas that you don't have to cost to get in, so that's kind of nice. That cuts down on cost. Apart from Airbnbs are pretty cheap for pretty nice places. I went to Tokyo and Kyoto when I went. Both times I went to Tokyo and Kyoto. They were both fantastic experiences. But yeah, the second time I went was a little less awesome because I went specifically looking for cards, which was a bad idea. I learned very quickly that was not the play. I'll be going in the spring again. I'm bringing my brother this time. So that'll be fun. How do you overcome the language barrier? Most people are... Oh man, I hate saying it because I didn't feel like it was true. I would say that there isn't much of one. Most places you go, they're going to understand the English that's like associated with where they are. So if you're in a restaurant, they're gonna understand the English around like ordering food. If you're at like a museum, they're gonna understand like the English around getting a ticket, stuff like that. Like they might have limited English, and you might need to like cut like 90% of the filler out of your sentence to get your point across. But it's not that large. It's not as large a language barrier as you would think. What's up, science guy? How's it going? Welcome. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of newer people, or at least newer to the streams. I've seen you guys in comments before. Most of you guys. What's going on? But yeah, everyone's super nice in Japan. You don't, if you're in the right places, you don't run into rude people. You might run into a bunch of drunk people. They like to drink in Japan, especially on the weekends. So you might catch one or two people vomiting on the side of the street if you're out late. But other than that, they're very nice, very helpful, polite. I saw that Worlds is going to be in Hawaii next year. It really sucks to see what happened to Hawaii, obviously, with the fires. I hope that, I don't know if the fires over now, or are they still raging? I know that they lost a lot of people. A lot of people died. They lost a lot of people. It was really terrible. I was actually thinking about possibly going to Hawaii this fall, but I hope that the country that was affected can bounce back quickly, you know? That was awful. Yeah, I heard there was people like basically just going into the water and like trying to spend time underwater and above water to like keep themselves from getting hit by like embers coming from the fires. It's fuck, man. It's terrible. Really terrible. Did you see any rare video games? There's lots of old video game stores. There's lots of Japanese versions of video games, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, but they're Japanese, so you can't really play them. But if you wanted to build a pretty cool Japanese video game collection, you could definitely find it there. A lot of games in their boxes too, which is cool. A lot of really cool video game places. Super Potato is one of the more famous ones in Tokyo. I've been there a couple times. It's a pretty cool spot. But there's a lot of places. There's a lot of cards places. There's a lot of video games places. There's a whole ton of places in that Akihabara section of Tokyo. Any news regarding my ponchos? I'm bringing them to Collecticon. I want to try and sell them in person before I try to do anything online. We'll see. But yeah, they'll be at Collecticon. I'll be trying to sell them. We'll see what happens. Alright, so this is going to be my English binder. I'll just give you guys a sneak peek. So, all of my hits from Obsidian Flames, obviously. We priced all those tonight, so we went through. There's also some hits in here from Paldea Evolved, some of the other sets as well that I haven't sold through yet. And then, so we priced all these today. And then in the back, there is a vintage section, so we'll have some vintage hollows, some WotC stuff. Kind of hard to show you guys over here, but there's some more hollows over here. So we've got some stuff over there. We've got some stuff here. Some WotC stuff that came in a collection that I'm trying to get rid of. They're binder cards, so they're pretty like heavy play, moderate play, damage, that sort of thing. So that's why why is that Raichu not priced? Oh God. Uh-oh. We gotta price this. What's it look like? Oh God, that thing's destroyed. What does this one look like? Is this one destroyed? Oh yeah. All right, we'll just put 9 on it. Wait, hold on. 9? That seems like a lot for a destroyed Pokemon card, doesn't it? Let's look up Raichu. from base set, price high to low, Raichu, damaged hollow foil, $5. We will update our prices. $5 a piece on Raichu, because this thing is messed up. Like, I would consider this damaged, right? Wouldn't you? All of that, yeah, that's definitely damaged. We might as well price them as damaged. So we'll do 5. Yeah, these are all binder cards, so if anyone's looking to like find gradable WotC, you're not really gonna find that here. But they still sell, surprisingly. People still buy them, which is good. I mean, not surprisingly, like people obviously want to build collections. They still look good from the front. You can barely tell that they're, you know, binder cards. But we've got oh yeah, we've got these XY promos. I forgot about these. I added these and priced these out the other day. Lots of the XY promos, pretty cheap, because they're all like light play. And we have some other cool stuff. We got some more like XY stuff over here. Gengar, Arceus, some more XY promos. And then all these cards are all like light play to moderate play. Got some Pikachus over here. On the left, a couple Mewtwo, Sylveon, and then some shinies in the back. And then we have some random more WotC stuff in the back as well. Some non-hollow stuff. But that's my English binder. We got this one too. If I could attend local conventions, I would gladly open my wallet. Everyone keeps coming in and saying my prices are too low. Everyone's like, I would buy that entire binder. I'm like, why? What do you mean? I feel like I'm priced well. Like, I'm priced well. Like, the prices are good, but they're not like, I don't think they're too crazy, like, bad. Bad for me. Good for other people. I am okay with selling these at this price. I will say that much. I am a-okay. No problemo. Cheap WotC, I always sell nostalgia binder collecting. Hell yeah. Too bad this Charizard's not gradable. So, if you guys were going to a show, so I'll just bounce this off of you. Here's what I'm thinking for slabs, because I have like between 200 and 300 slabs, and I only have about 100 slabs that I can put into the cases at a time. So what I'm thinking is to start with the popular Pokemon. And a lot of slabs, I have like a 9 and a 10, or an 8 and a 9. So what I'm thinking, actually, let me just, god damn it, let me just grab some. Okay, for example, I have these, right? Reverse Hollow 151 cards. So I have a Pristine and a Gem Mint, right? So what I'm thinking of doing is, I think like this. What I'm thinking of doing is like that. And then all my price stickers are down here. So I was thinking about like heavily, you know, heavily overlapping so that I can fit more stuff. But since it's the exact same card, just in a different grade, and you can still see the price sticker, I feel like I can heavily overlap those. Does that make sense? So that I have more space for other stuff. Because there are a lot of cards where I have like a 9 and a 10, or an 8 and a 9, or a 9-5 and a, I don't know. So that's what I was thinking, was like put the higher grade on top and then a lower grade underneath it with a lower price. And then people can be like, oh, well, I can't buy the 10, but the card is cool, so I'll buy the 9. If I have doubles like this in different grades, which I have a lot of those. So hopefully I can pretty heavily overlap and still be able to fit in like a bunch of cards on top of each other. So might be able to fit more than 100 cards. But what I was thinking is popular Pokemon, you know, your Charizards, your Blastoises, your Venusaurs, your Lugias, your Ho-Ohs, all that stuff. And then prioritizing like PSA 10s, PSA 9s. Most of my stuff is Japanese, so they're just going to have to deal with it. I have some English stuff that I'll definitely be putting out in the case. And then I have my really expensive stuff. I actually have like a lockable like standing case that I'm going to be putting my really expensive stuff in. It's a pretty heavy case too, so no one's going to like run off with it, I hope. I hope no one runs off with it. They shouldn't be able to. But that's where I'm going to put like the ponchos and like my vintage packs and stuff that I'm trying to sell. I'll show you guys the packs. So I'm kind of lucky that it's a local show because so I have some Fire Red Leaf Green stuff. I marked them light. The $275 for the non-Charizard artwork, and then of course Charizard tax, $300. We'll see if I get any traction on those. And then Team Rocket Returns packs, light. We'll see how those do. And I figure like if people are interested in this and they're like, oh, do you have any more? I can say, yes, I have more. I'm local. Here's my number. Like we can, you know, if you want to buy more, I've got more. Since you guys know I have like 25 of these and like 9 of these, I think. So we could sell a bunch of those if people are interested, but I'm only going to bring one art set of each. I feel like that's just a better way of doing it. And these are going to go in lockable cases, so that's going to be nice. And then I have a lot of slabs. I really don't know what I'm doing, but we'll see. Japanese 9 Collector's Paradise. Some of the 9s are really low. Any 151 Poliwhirl and Dragonair? I think I saw you. I think I have a Dragonair. I don't know if it was purchased or not. I think I have a Dragonair. Yeah, I don't have a Poliwhirl, but I have the Dragonair in a pristine. Kind of funny to see the PSA logo down here, and it's the CGC slab. But yeah, I do have a Dragonair in the pristine. So some of these, I'm not sure how the price is. I don't know, but yeah, the pristine label's pretty sick. I think I saw some comps in a regular 10, and I priced it a little bit above that. I don't remember exactly. I also have a lot of PSA. You guys will get a nice, like, really nice in-depth. I'm planning to do a really in-depth video for this. I'm hoping that it goes really well, but we'll see. Alright guys, well, I think I'm gonna head out. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for stopping by the stream. And if you would, before you leave, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that a lot as well. That would really be awesome if you would do that. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate that. I'm sure it will be a good time. I hope it'll be a good time. I hope I'll sell a bunch of stuff. We'll see you later, Hoffman. Thanks for stopping in. Cheval, thanks for stopping by. Prince, it's nice seeing you. Vishal, nice seeing you. Science Guy, thanks for hanging out. Maki, of course, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys. See you later. New video Monday. And then I'll have this video probably for the week after. I don't think I'll have it for Wednesday, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll drop it when I drop it. All right. See you.